From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, that was out at Bernie Basin Days. That was the parade. Of course, that was the Jefferson Pipe Band. If you ever had a chance to hear them, boy, they sound pretty darn good. I'm sure they've been to many other parades. That was actually one of the first times I've ever heard them, and boy, was I impressed. By the way, heading out to Bernie Basin Days with my son Aiden, we had a great time. I want to say hello to all the new friends that I made out there in Bernie. Some of you that are local, others that aren't, has many great conversations with you out there. So I want to thank you for stopping by and stopping me and saying hello. I enjoy that, and my son enjoys that as well. So thank you again. Bernie Basin Day still going on. They've got the fireworks going on tonight. So if you have a chance, maybe head on out there and check out the fireworks display. It was a hot one out there today. Temperatures did reach somewhere at least in the mid to upper 90s in Bernie today. 109 for Redding, 108 for Red Bluff, 106 for Chico, and 109 for Willows. Off to the east, mainly in the mid to even upper 90s, although El Turris only have about 93, and I say only because when you compare it to everyone else, that's not too bad, as well as Chester. 98 for Wairika, and it feels like sometimes the coast is just rubbing in our face. I mean, when you look at the entire North State and the North State region, you look at how hot it is, but then you go over here on the coast and you're like, man, that's nice. 64 degrees for Crescent City, 65 in Eureka. All right, so heat alerts. We still have that heat advisory through Wednesday for Siskiyou and Modoc County. Now, for the rest of the areas here, Trinity County and the mountains north and west of the valley, that's going to be through Sunday. And then the excessive heat warning for the valley in effect through Sunday as well. So we still have the heat in place. The peak of the heat wave is this weekend. Now, we do expect a slight cooling trend. Still hot though to start off the week. It's not really until the end of next week that we will see those temperatures get closer to normal. There's your planner for the North Coast on Sunday. We do have mainly sunny skies again with a high of 103 for Hoopa on Sunday. Still about 110 for Redding, 108 for Red Bluff, Chico, a high of about 106 degrees. And for the mountains, yeah, out in Weaverville, 104, but Wairika, 100. Mount Shasta City topping out at about 98. And there you can see out in the East Mountains, Bernie about 99 and 100 for Paradise. And quite honestly, that might be overdoing it for Bernie, probably somewhere in the mid to upper 90s, but you get the idea. It's going to be another hot day out there. Now, what's interesting, if you look, this big ridge of high pressure in place, but you see these clouds right over here off into Lassen County. We actually got to see some, looks like some thunderstorms, although I'm not seeing any lightning strikes popping up. This right here is indicating that I do have the lightning detection on. Didn't see any lightning strikes here, but you can see here, this is all moving down a little bit to the south and east. We'll zoom it in here a little bit tighter, and you can see this as of about 5:35. Those cells just to the north and west of Susanville. Susanville, boy, if you hear a rumble of thunder or maybe even some rain, certainly not out of the question, but it looks like it may just skirt to your north. Now, looking at Futurecast, it will show that it is picking up on some of that activity. Not the exact location, but it quickly dies out. So it's a very weak area of what we call convective showers and thunderstorms. And then as we go into Sunday, I don't expect any more of those, and still most likely looking at mainly sunny skies out along the coast. That may even linger on into your Monday as well. Maybe some of those cumulus clouds developing again in the higher elevations. All right, so here's a look at Futurecast. I want to show you that heat as it slowly dives to the south through next week. But what's interesting, and I really want to point out, is this. Here's Wednesday of next week. Watch what happens. We see some cooler air beginning to pull down from this main pocket up to the north. That slides southward. And what that's going to do is to help to drop our temperatures down closer to normal by the end of next week and into that next weekend. In fact, we look at the long range over the next 8 to 14 days. Look at this. We're in the near normal category. So you've got below in the blue, this gray color right here is normal, and then above normal is getting the oranges. And we're getting out of the above normal range. So yes, there is relief from this heat, but it's still fairly mild tonight in the valley in the low to mid 70s, and for the mountains in the 50s and 60s. It looks like low to mid 50s out along the coast. And for tomorrow, yes, another hot day. I think, again, it might be overdoing it for Bernie, probably somewhere in the mid to upper 90s. 95 for Chester, 100 in Quincy. There you can see temperatures, again, about 110 degrees for Reading. It was 109 today, so we're splitting hairs. But 94 degrees for Alturas, 91 in Aden, Susanville about 97, and yes, there it is, the cooler weather out along the coast. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast region by region, and there you can see for Siskiyou County and Mount Shasta, these temperatures staying in the mid to even upper 90s for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's really not until Wednesday that we'll start to see more of a noticeable drop in the temperatures. And again, you saw that cooler air coming in from the north. That should be here by the end of next week. And as a result, even the valley will see cooler temperatures in the mid 90s by Friday, could drop down to 94 by next Saturday. Weaverville dropping below 100 degrees by Wednesday, and Eureka, of course, no big surprises there. Much cooler temperatures in the low 60s for Wednesday through the end of next week.